Welcome to the second Start Dreaming tutorial. Now that you've got the hang of moving things around in edit mode, you can master manipulating objects. Just as well, because Connie's friend Cuthbert fell asleep in the Dreamiverse and got stranded. We need to fix those platforms if she's going to reach the flag and get to Cuthbert. Before we start, you can switch to play mode to see how a player would experience this scene. You'll always need to test things out in play mode while dream shaping, so it's a good habit to get into. Press the Options button. Then select the controller icon with X. Once you're in play mode, take control of Connie with R2 and we'll see how far she can go. Start by jumping over to the first platform. Ouch! Looks like it's too far for Connie. Move that first platform closer. To do that, head back into edit mode. So open the Options menu and select the button with the pencil icon. Once you're in edit mode, move on to the next step. We have to do something about these platforms if Connie's going to reach the other side. First, let's get a good look at them. Move your view side onto Connie and the first pink platform. Don't forget, you can hold L1 while using the left stick to strafe up and down. See the dotted outlines? That's where the platforms should be. So let's put them in place with the Move tool. The imp has this equipped by default. To move things, hover the tip of your imp over them and press and hold R2. Move where you want it and release R2. Try it now with the pink platform. Grab it with R2, slide it over so it lines up with the pink outlines, and release R2. You can get a slower, more precise movement if you hold R2 softly. Use the left stick to move the platforms backwards, forwards, left and right. And if you need to try again, just undo your move by pressing the left directional button. When the platform is in the right spot, you're ready for the next step. Now the first platform is in position. Let's test it out. Open the Options menu and select Play Mode with X. Connie's on the starting platform, ready for another try. Take control of her with R2 and see if she can jump over the gap now. Hope she made it this time. If not, you can always go back and edit things again. In fact, let's try doing that now and see what happens. Select Edit Mode from the Options menu. And look at that! Connie isn't in her starting place anymore. That's because time passes when you're in play mode, and the scene doesn't rewind automatically when you return to edit mode. Instead, things will be frozen in the state you left them when you were playing. Always keep this in mind when switching modes. But you can easily rewind things. Just press L3 by clicking the left stick on your controller, and everything will rewind back to the beginning. Doing this won't reset any changes you made in edit mode. See? Connie is back to her starting position, but the platform remains where you moved it. Try to get into the habit of rewinding scenes after you play them. That way you'll avoid any problems. There are times when it's useful to leave things as they are after playing, but when in doubt, rewind. All right, if your platform is in the right place and you've had a successful test run with Connie, you can move on to the next step. Let's sort out the next platform now. It's the blue one that's lying on its side. Before you can match it up with the outline, you'll need to stand it upright. So, you'll have to rotate it first. You can rotate objects in edit mode by grabbing them with L2. That's right, we won't be using R2 this time. When you grab things with L2, Using the motion sensor function and the control sticks will rotate them instead of moving them around the scene. Give it a go now. Hover over the blue platform, then press and hold L2. Now you can rotate it by tilting your controller, which is a great way of making smaller adjustments. You can also rotate it fully by using the left and right sticks while holding L2. The platform will rotate in different directions depending on how you push the sticks. The motion sensor function is disabled when you do this, so you don't have to worry about tilting your controller. If you want to reactivate the motion sensor function, just let go of the shape and grab it again with L2. Bear in mind that your IMP's tip is at the center point of the rotation, so you can grab the platform at different points and see how it affects the rotation. All that rotating has made a bit of a mess. So let's undo all that with the left directional button and start again. Grab and hold L2 over the platform and try to rotate it into a vertical position. Once you have it more or less upright, you can let go of L2. And this time, grab the platform with R2 so you can move it into the matching blue outline. Remember, holding R2 more softly will let you move the platform with more precision. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can try rotating it with the touchpad too. That's quite a lot of buttons to remember, isn't it? Well, if you ever forget what to press, just look at the prompts around your IMP. Or select the mode icon in the top left of the screen with X. They'll tell you what buttons you can use in any situation. Practice rotating things with L2 until you're comfortable, then move on to the next step. Now that you know how to rotate objects, here's a useful tip. When you rotate something by hand, like this platform, it might end up a little wonky. But there's a really simple way of fixing that. You can realign objects by grabbing them with L2 or R2 and then pressing triangle. This will snap the angle of whatever shape you're grabbing to the nearest right angle. Make sure you're grabbing an object before you press triangle though, or you might end up deleting it. If you do delete something by accident, remember you can undo that by pressing the left directional button. Once you're happy with the position and alignment of the blue platform, you should switch over to play mode and test it out. So, select the controller icon in the options menu and possess Connie to see how far she can get. You're almost there now. Just need to switch back to edit mode and fix that final platform. Remember to rewind with L3 to reset the scene, and we can go on to the next step. Now it's just us and the orange platform. But, it looks a bit small compared to the others. I'm not sure Connie will be able to use it, no matter how much you rotate it. Let's start to make objects bigger, or as we Dreamshapers say, scale them up. Scale objects up or down by using the up and down directional buttons. Try hovering over the orange platform now, and hold the up directional button to make it bigger. The orange square on the floor tells you what size the platform's base needs to be. It's also a good idea to get the top of the platform level with all the others. Remember how the IMP was the centre point of a rotation earlier? Well, here its position determines where the object scales from. Try hovering over the platform in different places and see how that affects the scaling. And if it gets too tall, you can just hold the down button to shrink it. Now that you know how to move, rotate and scale things, you should be able to get the orange platform into its matching frame at the right height. All right, when everything is where it should be, go into play mode and see if Connie can reach the flag. Once Connie reaches the flag, head into edit mode again and go to the next step. Connie and Cuthbert have been reunited, but now they've got to find a way out before Cuthbert falls asleep again. So let's learn how to add a door. Go to the Assembly menu, which is the row of buttons at the top of the screen. The Assembly menu disappears when you're busy working on a scene, to make sure it doesn't get in the way. So if you can't see it, just press square to open it. Here you'll find all the assembly tools and gadgets. It's also where the search button lives, the one with the magnifying glass. Select it with X now. The search button takes you to the Dreamiverse, where you'll find all the things created by dreamers from around the world. But for this tutorial, I've selected a collection of elements that you can use in this scene. Let's see if we can find a door in the Start Dreaming collection. Select it with X. So, what elements do we have in the Start Dreaming collection? Look around. Ah, there it is, a door. Select it with X now. And now that your imp has it, you can scale it with the up and down buttons, or rotate it with L2 or the touchpad. See the outline at the top of the final platform? That's where the door needs to go. Use R2 or X to stamp it into place. You should know this isn't just any door, it's a very special one. Because of the animation and logic built into it, it will magically open when Connie goes near it. Notice how your imp still has a door even after you've stamped it down. That's what happens with elements from the Dreamiverse. That way you can place as many as you need in a scene. We only need one door in this one though, so you can remove the door element from your imp by pressing circle. The circle button removes whatever tool, gadget or element your imp has equipped, replacing it with the move tool. Well, I think we're done here. Nice work completing the scene for Connie. It doesn't mean you have to stop though. If you're feeling creative, why not come up with different ways for Connie to get across the platforms, using more elements from the collection? Just delete the old platforms with the triangle button and build your own. Remember to test your creations in play mode to make sure they work, and rewind the scene each time you return to edit mode. All that's left now is to switch to play mode and wander Connie straight through the door to end this tutorial.